Hello, I am Chef Marcus Giuliano, and I am a chef on a mission. ChefOnAmission.com is where you can find out all about me. And my new website, truthinmenu.com, which is where this video is going, and where I talk about how important it is, and really how it's really the law, that restaurants have to be forthcoming and honest about where their food is coming from, the origins. If they don't know, they don't know, but they can't purposely mislead you. And you have every right to know how food is cooked, what's with the ingredients in it, if there's a chemical in it, a preservative, if they're opening a can of something. You have every right to know this. So wherever you go, whether it's a football game, baseball game, or a high-end restaurant, if you see something and say, I have allergies, or I just want to know, period, what's in this? Can I see the ingredients? You have that right. And they're not allowed to mislead you on that. So this one is going to be about seafood, about salmon. Salmon is one of my passions, and I blog a lot about salmon, and I'm very specific on the salmon that I personally eat and serve in my own restaurant. So I was at Legal Seafoods a couple years ago, and really a nice run operation. Their staff training is really impeccable. Their wine list is awesome for a chain. They have an award-winning wine list from Wine Spectator. I like their wines by the glass, and the staff can usually rattle things off. And I like to recommend my staff go there to get tips and pointers on it, because it's really interesting. We ask a lot of questions when we go there about their staff training, because I'm really impressed. The last time I was in there, it was the dead of winter, and the waitress explains one of our specials tonight, or where our salmon is from, because they had a section on the menu, seasonal salmon or whatever it was. And I said, "Where's the salmon from?" She goes, "It's from Alaska." And I said, "Oh, really? It's kind of the wrong time of year for that." "No, it's from Alaska. We do a staff training. The chef does, his thing with the conference call or whatever he gets from corporate every day, and where all the fish is from. We know where everything's from." And I said, "Oh, Alaska." I said, "But the only thing that you can get in Alaska right now is like troll caught king salmon, ocean fit caught, which is really expensive. It's not like the river run fish, where the price comes down, especially in the middle of the season in July or August and September. We're talking, February, January. There's not much going on out there. There's not much salmon getting caught. The price wholesale is, over $20 a pound for whole fish, which makes it really very, not possible for a restaurant to actually bring it in and not charge $50 a portion for it. $20 a pound, wholesale, whole fish. You have 40% waste right there, so that skyrockets the price. So it's really, because I'm a professional chef, I know the questions to ask her, I know the market, what's going on, but the average person wouldn't know that. So I said to her, "Are you sure?" She goes, "Let me check." She comes back, she goes, "Yep, it is. It's Alaskan salmon." So I veered away from the salmon, having really reservations on it. So as we're eating our meal and as we finish it, she comes by a couple times, and great waitress, great service, and we're having a great time. And I said to her, she asked me how our meal was. I said, "The meal's great." But I would have ordered the salmon if I would have honestly believed that it was wild Alaskan, not somewhere else, not Pacific, somewhere else. So so she must have mentioned it again to the chef back there. And sure enough, she comes back 20 minutes later. She goes, "The chef has been doing research, and we want to apologize. Our salmon is not from Alaska. It's from the Columbia River." And I said, now that makes much more sense, because that season is open more year-round. It's more, prevalent, and so, I explain, whenever I go places, I explain that, when I ask questions, that I'm in the seafood advocacy world, and I know about sustainability, and I've been doing it for 15 years, and, so I kind of establish myself as an expert, not as a restaurateur, but as an expert. And, so she apologizes, and I said, that makes much more sense. But the point is, I still wouldn't really eat Columbia River salmon. If I was at a banquet and I had a choice of Columbia River salmon or piece of farm feedlot filet mignon or some other things that I wouldn't eat, then I would pick the Columbia River salmon. But in a seafood restaurant with lots of other choices, hopefully more sustainable choices, I would never veer to the Columbia River salmon or the California or anything caught in the lower states. And here's why. Because the catches aren't quite as monitored as well, and they're not quite as strict as Alaska. Alaska has much more stricter quotas, and their management is much better on their species. So when you look at the Monterey Bay Aquarium, MSC, when you look at all these Friends of the Sea, when you look at all these rating guides, the lower state salmon from Washington to California does not get nearly as many approval ratings. It's a totally different managed species of same species, but totally different managed catch of salmon. Totally different managed. In fact, once you get into lower into California, I mean, you look at like a Monterey Bay Aquarium, they're saying avoid the fish whatsoever. That, you know, this fish is on the avoid list. And so when you just look, like if you can go to fishchoice.com, FISHCHOIC, fishchoice.com, you can plug in, you got to sign up, you can plug in the fish you're looking for, and it tells you by the region, and then there's a little like spreadsheet for you of all the ratings of the fish. And it's really very, very helpful. Now, if you're in a restaurant, they don't have an app yet, but I've spoken to them, and they want to do an app. But their website is still easy to download. It's mobile friendly, so you can still go on and plug things in with your smartphone and look across. And then if you're doubting something, you can actually show the waitress. Say, this is what I'm looking at right now, and this is, you know, and maybe hopefully educate them as well. But the bottom line is, you know, Legal Seafoods is a great place. I would probably go there again. I would go there again. You know, great wine list, and they're really knowledgeable. This was just one blunder from them. But, you know, how long were they telling people they had Alaskan salmon? Was it one night? Was it one table? Was it for the whole week? Who really knows? And at that point, you know, it is misleading, and you really have got to be on your game. So Legal Seafoods, I'd like you. I'll go back. But I'll be asking questions. I will definitely be asking questions, as I always do. I'm Marcus Giuliano. I'm a chef on a mission. Thank you for watching. ChefOnAmission.com and TruthinMenu.com.